Hey, good day to everyone. My name is Srinivas Allam. I am part of Core ITS LLC. Today, I want to talk about the transforming legacy banking system through machine learning. Today, I want to share with you a real world story, not theory, not concept, but the actual journey of how we took a legacy banking system and transformed it into the digital first machine learning driven platform. So, this transformation wasn't just about the tech upgrade, it was about rethinking processes, reimagining customer experiences, and building an agile, resilient, and innovative. So, over 18 months, we revolutionized our operations, moving cloud native architecture and adopting an API first design. Every change we made was measured by one simple question: does this make experience better for our customers and easier for our teams? Today, I will walk you through the challenges we faced, the architecture we built, the dramatic results we achieved, and most importantly, the key lessons we learned that could help anyone tackling similar transformations. Let's see our transformation overview here. So, our journey unfolded through four carefully orchestrated phases. First one is the planning. So, where we assess our legacy systems and identify the key modernization priorities. The second one is the migration. So, this was about carefully moving 12.5 million customers accounts, ensuring that with minimal disruption. And the third one, actually, this we knew that our any slip up could impact trust. And in banking, we know that trust is everything. So the third one is the implementation. Here we rolled out a cloud native architecture and API first principles, unlocking agility and scalability. So finally is the optimization. So the transformation did not stop once we went live. So we committed to a cycle of continuous improvement, fine tuning processes, measuring outcomes, and iterating fast. So each phase we built on the previous one, leading us to a stable, scalable, and customer focused platform. So let's see the legacy challenges here. So let's be honest here. Our starting point wasn't great. So our legacy systems had a serious issues. Performance bottlenecks made transactions sluggish. A 3.2-second delay might not sound huge, but used instant app, it felt painful slow. So we had limited integration capabilities. Every system was its own island. So without a unified customer view, we could not deliver personalized service or anticipate needs. So security was another major problem. Outdated protocols exposed us to compliance risks that regulators would not tolerate. And finally, maintenance maintenance costs were skyrocketing. So we needed specialized support just to keep lights on with no room left for our innovation. So these challenges weren't just technical, they directly impacted customer trust, employee morale, and our competitive position in the market. So let's see the next slide. the technical architecture transformation. To solve the above discussed challenges in the last slide, so we did not just patch the old system, we reimagined the, let's see, the first one, we adopted a microservices architecture. So instead of use monolithic applications, we built small independent services that could be developed and deployed separately. So next we move on to the cloud native infrastructure. Scaling resources up or down dynamically depending on the load without over provisioning. And next our is our API first design created standardized, reusable interfaces that made integration with both internal and external systems seamless. And we harden everything with zero, assuming nothing inside or outside was trustworthy until proven otherwise. So this combination gave us the flexibility, resilience, scalability, and top-notch security. So let's move on to the next slide is the performance improvements. So let's see the results here. So the transaction processing speed dropped by 75% from 3.2 seconds to the just 0.8 seconds. So our platform's processing capacity surged by the 300% easily by handling over 2.3 million transactions per day. So throughout the migration and beyond, we achieved 99.999% uptime. So thinking about that, virtually there was no downtime at all during the complete platform overall. So our system downtime across 18 months was just 0.01%. It came from deliberate design, constant monitoring, and a culture of continuous testing and improvement. So it showed our customers they could trust the new system, and it gave our teams confidence to keep the innovating. Customer experience impact. So now you can imagine customers notice the difference immediately. Yeah? So our customer satisfaction score here, it's climbed from 50 to 80% after modernization. Our net, it's an indicator how likely customers are to recommend us. This was rose dramatically from 28 to the 52%. So our mobile app ratings also improved here. This is from average 3.4 stars to the 4.7 stars. We like this new experience with this statistic. So even better customer retention here. So the ultimate proof of satisfaction jumped from the 76% to the 92%. So in banking, where switching costs are high, but competition is fierce, so there's a huge gain here. So therefore, they were the reflection of how much value we had unlocked for our customers. So let's move on to the next slide, accelerated customer onboarding. So one area where transformation made a massive difference was customer onboarding. So before modernization, opening a new account took 48 hours. So multiple branch visits, manual document verification, overnight batch cycles. So as part of our intermediate improvements, we introduced the partial automation and the digital document upload. cutting the process to about 4 hours. But the real game change came with a full modernization. Today, a customer can open a new account within 15 minutes. A fully digital biometric verification, AI driven in KYC checks, and instant account provisioning. This streamlined process lead to a 27% increase in new account openings, providing that frictionless experiences drive real business world. So in business growth. So let's see the next slide. Enhanced regulatory compliance. So let's see the compliance has always been critical in financial services. We all know when regulators are only getting it stricter. So let's see the before transformation and the after transformation. What was the changes here? So before modernization, we relied on manual compliance check and reactive monitoring. Our compliance rate over around 97.5 percentage, which sounds okay, but until you realize it means the real risk slipping through. Audit preparations took 2 weeks, consuming tons of internal resources. And but whereas the post transformation, it took its here compliance is automated and proactive. So we have continuous monitoring and real time altering. So our compliance rate shoot up 99.99 percentage, and audit preparation now takes only just 3 days. And more importantly, our teams can spend more time in strengthening the operations instead of scrambling to check boxes. So let's see our next slide. Migration success metric. The migration itself was a huge endeavor and a huge success. We moved 12.5 million customer accounts to a new system without a single data loss. We redesigned and optimized 843 critical banking processes to run on the cloud native infrastructure. So testing was in a comprehensive year, 1.2 million automated test cases covering 98.7 percentage of the platform, and deployments that used to take 72 percentage, 72 hours, and full weekends of downtime now just take just 25 minutes with the continuous integrations and continuous deployments. So this wasn't just a technology upgrade, it was a fundamental change in how we operated, tested, and delivered banking services. So let's move on to the next slide. Employee adoption strategy. So node transformation succeeds without the people behind it. So our employee adoption strategy focus first on the awareness, making sure everyone understood that why behind this change. So we launched the communication campaigns to explain not just what was changing, but how it would make employees work easier and more rewarding. Training programs we gave teams to hands-on experience with the new tools, and dedicated support teams were available to troubleshoot issues during the early transition stage. And crucially, we kept optimizing the platform based on the employee feedback, not just the technical skill. So as a result, we achieved 89% of staff adoption within just 3 months. So a huge win for our transformation of this scale. So let's see the next slide, the cost optimization results. So financially, the transformation more than just justify itself. So infrastructure cost fell down by 42% thanks to the cloud optimization, and the maintenance expenses dropped by 58% because of the automation and the simpler architectures. We slashed a third party's licensing cost by 37% by consolidating vendors and using open source solutions wherever is possible. And the development time for new features decreased 68%, letting us the innovation to faster, letting us innovation faster, and supporting ticket fell down by 72%, showing that better systems lead to the fewer problems. So overall, the operations expenses dropped by the 35%. So that freed up investment for future innovations and vertices cycles of improvement. See, then the next slide is the integration strategy. So here, integration was a major pillar for our success. So we built an API gateway layer that unified access to all services, old and new, in a standardized way. Now the service mesh managed the service to service communication securely inside the cloud native architecture. And our data integration layer ensured consistent access to legacy and the modern systems like, and our security framework across the board. So this approach let us modernize gradually without forcing an overnight cutover, reducing risk, preserving continuity, and giving the teams time to adopt. So let's see the risk mitigation techniques we can discuss here. What are the risks we are seeing? We knew the transformation at this stage and we addressed them head on. So we ran parallel systems with synchronized data to ensure no service interruptions. So canary deployment allowed us to test new features with small percentage of traffic first, ensuring the confidence before we full rollout. So the rollback capabilities meant that if anything went wrong, we could revert changes instantly without impacting the customers. So the real-time monitoring across performance, security, and system health enabled fast detection and resolution of issues. And the cross-functional teams bringing together technical, business, and compliance experts to ensure a 360-degree view of every risk. So let's move on to the next slide, the key takeaways and the next steps. First, a comprehensive strategy aligning technical, organizational, and customer goal is essential for any successful transformation. So second, the critical to balance innovation with stability. So evaluation, not revaluation in core systems. So here the third is one, prioritize the change management just as much as technology upgrades because adoption drivers drives the real results. Now the fourth one is the embrace API first design. It's your gateway to future ecosystems and open banking innovations. So our journey shows that legacy systems can be modernized successfully at scale without losing stability. Now we are pushing forward into AI driven personalization, deeper open banking integrations, and richer analytics. So this all about. Thank you for all for your time and attention today. I hope our story showed that with the right strategy and execution, even more complex legacy systems can be transformed successfully. So modernization isn't just about the technology, it's about the empowering people and improving customer experiences. We are excited to explore AI open banking, and new innovations built on our modern platform. So I had loved to connect and discuss how these ideas could apply to your own transformation journeys. Thank you once again for your time. And if you have any questions or would like to allumus@gmail.com. I would like to repeat again SRINIVASALLAMUS@gmail.com. I look forward to hearing from you all. Thank you and you have a great day. Bye.